Volunteers are just as important today in the VAC as they were 30 years ago. Quite simply, we couldn't exist without the work and dedication of men and women across this state. The VAC was born out of community activism, and the services and activities we have on offer today are the direct result of their work. Volunteers are active across the organisation and play an invaluable role in the programs we offer, whether that's in the health promotion area, our clinic, counselling services, strategic development and administration, or here at the Positive Living Centre. A lot of volunteers work alongside staff here at the Positive Living Centre. This is a safe space for people living with HIV, and we provide a range of services and activities with a focus on health and well-being. These include complementary therapies, legal and financial assistance, nutritional services, exercise classes, and other client-focused work.
I'm the coordinator of the volunteer program here at the VAC. Volunteers are crucial to our organisation's success and make up 85% of our workforce. As you'll see in the following video, different roles and positions that you as a potential volunteer can fill. The requirement for volunteers is to attend an information session which is held on a Wednesday evening or a Thursday lunchtime. We follow this up with a formal interview with the volunteer coordinator. After this, you're invited to attend one day's training which is held on a Saturday here at South Yarra from 9 to 5. Depending on which program you choose to volunteer in, there is additional training required as well, so there's a fairly big commitment before we can get you started in the organisation.
Reception volunteers are the first point of contact here. They welcome and assist people with the myriad of services we offer. We're looking for people who are committed, enthusiastic, and are able to give a regular amount of time each week, approximately 3 hours. But don't worry, we'll give you lots of training and lots of support. It's diverse, it's important, but importantly, it's a lot of fun. So hopefully you'll join us here.
A number of years ago I retired, and I've come to realise that I had time that I could offer to be of use to the community. So I approached the Victorian AIDS Council, and I'm now working on the reception desk one day a week for 6 hours. It's a very rewarding experience, very energising. I can recommend it highly to anyone considering giving their time as a volunteer.
Hi, I'm Jill from the Health Promotion Program at the Victorian AIDS Council Gay Men's Health Centre. We run a variety of programs within our program, and some of those are campaign-based, such as the Drama Down Under campaign, Wherever Sex Happens campaign, and we also have an online serial called Queer as FXXK. You can look at both of those on Facebook and YouTube. We also run a series of education programs that are peer-led. One of those is the Outreach program, which is run by same-sex attracted men. And that consists of men going into sex on premises venues and talking to other guys who are in those venues about issues surrounding sexual health.
G'day, my name's Tex McKenzie. I'm a health educator here at the Victorian AIDS Council Gay Men's Health Centre. My primary area of work is the Outreach project. The Outreach team are a bunch of gay and bisexual guys who chat with other same-sex attracted men about HIV, sexually transmitted infections and other areas of sexual health. To get you ready for Outreach, we have a 2-day training period where you get to learn everything you need to know so that you can share the information with the guys you meet online and in the sex venues. In addition, we provide a regular bi-monthly catch-up where you can come along, meet other volunteers and get to talk about issues that relate to the work you do.
I'm a volunteer with the Victorian AIDS Council, and what we do is we go into venues like this one and we spend time supporting people who may have questions about what sex and things that happen while they're in the venue. One of the great things about being an outreach volunteer is we get to go into the venues and help people with concerns they have while they're there.
Can I ask you something?
Sure.
The peer education program at the Victorian AIDS Council relies heavily on volunteers. We rely on volunteer facilitators to run these workshops. As a volunteer, you are not required to have prior experience in facilitation, teaching, or running a group. What we do and what we can offer you is to train you to become a facilitator, and there are many skills that you can get. As part of the peer education facilitation program, you will learn lifelong skills, and the skills that you learn, you can carry it through to your professional work. We found from our previous and current volunteers that they gain plenty of benefit for being part of our facilitation program. And a lot of the skills that we taught them are very useful in the workplace. Peer education is an opportunity for you to contribute back to the QA community, as well as for you to enhance your lifelong learning skills.
The Positive Living Centre is a space for people living with HIV/AIDS. We aim at providing services dedicated to improving the health and well-being of our client base. And we hopefully do that in an environment that is supportive, but also empowering. We do this by providing a number of services. For example, our nutritional services program, where we provide meals and pantry. We couldn't do these things without the valuable contribution of many volunteers. We currently have over 40 volunteers assisting the Positive Living Centre. Of critical importance are our complementary therapies, again provided by volunteers who act in a professional capacity. An example of this is our massage volunteers and our acupuncturists. We also provide a service called the HIV/AIDS Legal Centre, where trained solicitors again volunteer their time to help our client base.
The food we prep here in the centre, we try to make a square meal. We do a 2-course, whether it's a lunch or a dinner. That being a main and a dessert, or an entree and a main. We have our barbecues, we have our theme nights here once a month. We try to make it a bit of a variety for everyone here. And we depend on volunteers to come in and help us prepare the food for everyone. We have volunteers that come in once a week, some come in twice a week, whether it's being for 3, 4 hours, some even 5. We look for responsible people to come in on a regular basis. And apart from the duties that we do here, we also have a good time.
Morning, Sandy.
Good morning, Graham.
Hi, Sandy.
Hi, Breakfast? Yes, please.
Jodie and I are some of the volunteers that come into the centre. We come in at times that suit us, and Jodie and I come in on a Tuesday to prepare lunch for the clients that come into the centre. Later in the day, on Tuesdays, we serve a meal at 12:30, and food is available until 2. It's a 2-course meal prepared by Jodie, myself and another volunteer, and under the supervision of the chef.
I got involved due to my sister working here at PLC and knowing quite a few people in the gay community and the stigma that goes around with, you know, the HIV/AIDS. So I thought, well, I'm a generalist counsellor as my profession.
I've been a volunteer now for over 3 years and really enjoy it. I've done bits of everything in that time. Been at Peter Night Centre as a night manager. I've helped with selling red ribbons at World AIDS Day. I've been to Midsummer Festival, Pride March.
Peer support is quite significant in that it's about support provided to people, specifically by people who have been through a similar experience. Each peer support group is run by 2 trained facilitators also living with HIV, who work at supporting participants in sharing their personal experiences. The groups touch on key topics such as diagnosis stories, relationships, stigma. Ideally, peer support group facilitators should have a natural ability to listen to others while still able to lead a group in discussion.
Volunteers are very important at VAC DMHC, and they're very much part of our team. When volunteers come along to us, we provide 2 days full training, and that covers a range of topics and issues which might come along if you're working with clients. One of the aspects about being a volunteer counsellor at VAC GMHC is each new client that you would have, you'd work through that with your supervisor, and we carefully try and match the client with the counsellor and their skills and experience, but each different presenting issue or range of presenting issues are worked through individually with a supervisor and through any training that we provide, so that the volunteer counsellor is well supported in any of the presenting issues that the client may face.
My name is Noel. I've been volunteering for 3 years. I'm a driver with the CSP. I take my clients to outings, to be medical appointments, social functions, other interests. I love it, and if you want to be there and show you care, great.
Hello, I'm Matt Dixon, Executive Director. So, what's in it for you? Well, as well as the training and support that we offer, there are great social opportunities involved in volunteering with us. You can make a great contribution to your community. Volunteers are such an important part of our organisation. They keep us in touch with our communities. Volunteers make up about 85% of our total workforce, so we couldn't do all of the things that we do without the important contribution of volunteers. Volunteers are involved in all aspects of our work, so I'm sure that we could find a role to suit your interests, abilities and your time. Thanks for your interest in volunteering with us, and I hope to see you around the organisation.